drop off somebody to the airport or whatever, I'm out, or okay, I'm going to hand it to Gursminder. Okay, you're in charge, I'm gone. So you could pass on the host to somebody, you can give them a co-host, you can take it back, you can put them back to the attendees. All those possibilities are available.
Okay.
Full control, conveniently.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. I had another one. But,
and the first time I know it's a beautiful release and we already like what we have and we cannot live without it anymore. Okay, it's more expressive in a way, but the bad news is the first day of that release, once you put your hands on it, is going to be the ugliest you would ever see it. It's only going to get better. As good as it will be, but it will be the ugliest ever.
And the other bad news is going to be addictive.
Then it's just like Chris, better every day, more handsome every day.
It's going to be addictive, I can tell.
Yes.
Charles, you got another one. Go ahead.
Yes, no, I'm going to let others.
I'm loving the questions. That's how I love it. I love real, important questions or topics. Yes, that's how we do business.
Yeah, so the other one skipped my head because I didn't write it down, but by the time they are done talking, it'll come again. So let's go around, Chris.
Sure, you can refill.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll come back to you, Mr. Charles, because this next guy, he's one of my favorite three people. He's from Canada, which, I love Canadians, but he represents the Indian community, and he's a really good friend of mine, Mr. Gurshmender Dillon, and we all call him, well, I call him Gersh. Come on, Gersh.
My brother.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi, Ash. First of all, thank you for coming today, and we stand by you 100%. And on behalf of India, I can say the whole of the India stand by you in any situation. And we know that these are just a weak minds of haters or whatever we can say. They will continue to do all those things, but we stay strong, all of us, I can say. And we are 100% with you, sir. Nothing to worry about that. And I have a few questions, just a quick questions. One you already answered, like a hardware. It's not coming right now. It will be follow after the release, right? And the other one is whether this current release, first one, is coming with the 4K resolution or like less or more.
With which option? The first release? I'm sorry.
The first one, which will be coming right now, anytime. So, is it coming with the 4K resolution or what?
Yes. So it will be 4K, but obviously most devices are not 4K. But you will get the highest resolution to it. Yes, our technology is 4K, and we have hardware that is 8K. We have 4K and 8K hardware.
Okay.
Which is the camera and the mics and all of the, we call it OWL. It's a camera that is AI. It will follow the motion. So you're speaking now, it will follow you. Then Charles talks again, it will go on him. You don't have to control that. So it's like, instead of a cameraman, it's AI driven. It will maneuver following the speaker and the motion and the sound.
Okay, got it. And the second.
I don't think you got it, because that's gonna blow your mind, and I know it's gonna impress you. I know that.
Yeah. So.
But because we didn't want to open topics unless like it's there, so we add it to the back office. You go, you order it, you'll love it.
Perfect. So the second question, Ash, is that we know that our first product is coming like a 3 month of package, right? And we know that we pay for the 3 months.
Only OConnect.
Only OConnect, yeah. The single product is coming for the 3 months of packages, and we have to pay for 1 month, and the other $97 we will be getting.
Estimate because of the additions. Yeah, it's almost 1 month value for the founders. founding members
Okay.
only.
Okay, so we pay the next subscription after the approximate three months after.
After that, you're going to have monthly subscription, quarterly, and annually. You're going to have 3. And annually is going to give you a good discount.
So basically, you say that
The
in
first
these
one is a quarter, just so we can make it. We don't get overwhelmed with many options. In the beginning, so we want to be at the same level. Stabilize it. 3 months later, 90 days later, we will open more options and more payments and more payouts. Yeah.
Okay, so got it. And the other question is, as that is for us, like we conduct meetings. So on an average, on to daily basis, we get somewhere around 3,000 or 4,000 attendees in our webinar, which is on Zoom. But now,
Yeah.
as we will be getting OConnect, so
I thought
as we
about
say,
you. Yeah, because I pay for 20K, which
Yeah.
is almost $8,000 a month. Okay, that's
Yeah.
without the restream, okay, service, and that's without the hosting. Just that's the basic fees for the 20,000. I thought about you, and I thought about a few people. We might just comp you the first 3 months, okay, until we give you choices to upgrade to higher packages. I specifically thought about the Indian group. So I will make sure that will either boost your account or at least a couple of leaders like yourself or Kaushik Pandya, Niraj, or those active leaders will give them maybe a comp, like more, maybe up to 5,000-10,000. No problem. Don't worry. On me. And yeah, don't worry. No problem. So we'll have probably something like that. Specific accounts, we give them that extra bonus.
Got it,
But
sir.
But I want to add, come on, Gurusminder, okay. Good question so far, but at the end of the 3 months, okay. So the first 3 months, okay, it's a bundle, but at the end of the 3 months, it will be more incremental. So we can have smaller packages, bigger packages, and all the options of the terms. But remember, the funding wallet, you could move, okay, from your revenue. Remember the word revenue, wallet. There's revenue and there's funding wallet. So from the, one of the options, you could have like a specific amount to add to your wallet. The system is going to suggest, not this week or not this like imminent release, okay, but a couple of weeks, you're going to have, the system is going to tell you, okay, Gurusminder basically is going to give you a snapshot of your financial plan. It knows you have OConnect, you have OTracker, which package, all of that. So it's going to give you a summary of your subscriptions and the dates and how much you have in your wallet and how much is due or you need to add to the balance. So it will give you add funds. This is your wallet. We don't go to your wallet. Only the system can take the purchases from the wallet. Okay, now, so it's going to tell you suggested minimum balance is 400. You follow me? Because it knows your subscriptions within that amount. Now, you could choose and do it one time or do it monthly or weekly, whatever the option is. What is it? Paytm something in India like that?
Paytm.
Niraj? Paytm. Okay. So it will give you the option to add a specific amount or the due amount, which is always on your dashboard, okay? And which funding source. You can select the bank, you can select the card, or you can select revenue, the other wallet, the positive wallet. And once you have, by default, so once you have enough in the revenue, it's just a backup, your bank or card. It's just a backup. But we don't go there unless you give a permission monthly, one time, but you would always in your dashboard, you know, the spending budget, okay? Like this is a relief for all those, you know, who want to be always clear on the budget, the spending, the cost of your business. On the other hand, the revenue, which you will see how much you have and and we'll pay out every week, for example, or we'll let you just request a payout. All those options are going to happen. But India, this year we will have a card for you. It's already in the process. Like it's just a done deal. You're going to have cards. So Onpassive will load your balance on a card. You know, let's say weekly, whatever your revenue, okay, any balance, we will move it to the card. That's one option, but you can also request a payment by, you know, to go to your bank. We will deposit it in your bank. Don't ask us how.
Talking about cards, do we get a physical card or it's like a
Both
download?
virtual and physical will be mailed to you. You buy. It's not expensive. And I want to make it commissionable. Remember what I said? Yeah.
Yeah.
You get a
Perfect.
physical good card shipped to you, okay? And you can shop with it. But you also have the virtual card immediately once you order
So
that.
that we can load it with our maybe commissions or whatever. And
With your name on it. Yeah, this is only, you cannot add funds to it. We only add funds to it, but you can spend on it.
So that means if we have some revenue for our commissions over there, so we can't load the card, only company will load that card, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Security, and I think you should like that. So we don't access to take money out of it. We can only have access to give you money.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yes,
So,
India check.
check. Okay, that's congratulations, India. You are checked.
We got Niraj coming up pretty soon, so we're going to check it again. Thank you, Niraj, my brother. Good to see you,
Anything
man.
else, Gusminder? Great topics always, yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Very good. Okay, this next guy, absolutely love him, and I mean that desperately. I want to thank him for helping with the notes with Peter Shore, Janet Butler, and Dan Street. You are amazing. Daryl Cook, man, unmute yourself, please.
Hey, thanks so much for allowing me to come on. Hi, Ash. How are you? Hey, I got great. I have a very interesting question, very serious now. So I'm a teacher and I want to reward a specific student for great work. Like, you know, let's say Chris Johnson. Will we have the ability to upload eggs and barbecue sauce right to his house?
Oh, interesting. Wow, we're not that clever. Yeah, oof, I wish.
Well, let me get serious. Hey, you know, I do not like to speculate. And I just want to let the audience know, I know there's many, many more users. My wife and my grandson have been using OConnect for hours and hours a week. And my wife just loves the whiteboard. You know, she can put up all kinds of formulas, mathematical statements, whatever. And my grandson can download that whiteboard right from there. So just that simple feature is absolutely amazing. And what you brought on was incredible. And then tonight—
You know how we have to copy the teacher from the chalkboard or the, you know, the board, right? Okay, everybody take their, but how about you take the original? You just grab it. Unbelievable. Yes.
Yeah, and we've already used that. It's amazing. It's wonderful. And then he can use that to study. You know, so bingo, you've just saved that
and
time.
You can download images on it now, like the coming one. You can download images. So I do something, I want to insert something, you know, illustrative, okay, and I add an image to it from my library, and then do something more, and I expand and maneuver the image, and then I add another image and another so it makes it, whoa, that's a pain. That's a whole portrait of information, and just to copy that will make your life much easier.
A time saver. And the whole idea of being able to save your lesson, go in, dub over it. I mean, I can remember years and years and years of doing videotapes and trying to, you know, cut out and paste in and everything. And you're going to be able to do that live.
Yeah.
And the student can download that immediately
right.
for today or for future. Unbelievable. And when we throw
without OCademey, you already have a university. You have a virtual university without OCademey, just
that's
like
exactly
with the
what I was going to say.
Capabilities, exactly.
Yeah, it's amazing. And now the feature that you know that I've been hot on with this whole idea of being able to sign on a document like a DocuSign, I think what you're saying is that, okay, parent, I need you to sign this document. Your son has to, and daughter, they're going to go on a trip with the class, and I need your signature so that the student can go. I'm going to upload this document. Please sign it, and then you and I will be able to have that document. Is that true?
100%.
You just solved my problem, sir. Thank you.
So for example, it's a Word document, for example, you do it there and they can e-sign it, okay, or touch screen device, okay?
Okay.
You all have it and download it.
No more questions. You solved my day.
I knew you're gonna love it. I knew. I was very clear. You're gonna love it.
Thank you so much. It's been great. I just can't wait. It's going to be awesome. Well, it is awesome. That's my point. It is awesome.
It's already awesome. You're right. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Wow, I thought Ash was excited. Look at Daryl go. Good for you, Daryl, man. I love you, brother.
Well, we're using it every, not in the last 3 weeks they've been here, but when they're in Bahamas, my wife has been on it every single day for 2 hours. We max the time out. And, we could be really selfish and I can go to one of my grandson's accounts and do it again. But, you take a student. Oh, another thing I wanted to say, the feature where, okay, you can take, I was going to say, make it a content only or name it content presentation, whatever. But you know how distracted students get? So they,
we hide everything, just focus
I can see
on
Georgie over here doing this and Peter doing this,
Yes.
And so that
you're going to force that to be buried away, okay? And focus on the substance, on. Now here's the thing.
Perfect.
I know you love it already. I could feel you're getting it, and because it's made from a need, okay, from experience. I always wished for such a thing, but I know you probably know this, but I want to remind you, and I want to extend the invitation to all of you. You got an idea, just say it, okay? We're working together. You're a part of this and the manufacturing of this revolution. So come to us, tell me, you know what? Add this, okay? Like Susie said, okay, make us do our own audio, okay? Add your resound. Yeah, no big, okay. They just told me the other day, pin the, Chris, remember? In ONet, pin the post.
If you make if you're an owner of a club,
it's in the pipeline. Robin, remember you told me you like also in the podcast, to have a video pipeline. I don't forget. I take the notes. I do my homework. Okay. So you think it, we do it.
Wonderful. Thank you, Daryl. Ash, check your phone for me real quick anyway, just to see that one. Next, this is I'm going to say a brand new guy who's blown up everyone. Absolutely love him. I love his name. Mr. Tang Manure. Come on, buddy. Unmute yourself.
Greetings to everyone. I'm always happy and proud to be a part of this movement. Okay. Mr. Ash, I believe and I trust your vision, and I trust the direction where you're gonna bring this Onpassive to the next stop. I believe in the products 100%. I'm with you. And you said only God and only as Mufareh can stop.
No, I cannot.
Onpassive.
I cannot. I can't.
Okay. Only God.
Only God
can stop this movement. Okay. Now, I have one question that I don't feel comfortable asking, but I know that the truth is always the one that prevails. Okay. Here's my question, Mr. Ash. I know that someday, somehow, I already got some messages. If they ask me or they show me specifically about this SEC complaint. I want to hear an answer directly from you. So I have the appropriate response, or I just ignore these messages. I just want to get the answer from you, Mr. Ash.
What's the
And
question,
thank
Tang?
you.
What's the question about
The question is, if one of these affiliate will ask me or show me, Mr. Tang, what is this all about? What is this SEC? And I want to have an answer directly from you, because I just don't want to ignore this person.
I would say, I mean, to be informative and not disrespectful, this is obviously one of the regulators in the country. Not all the countries have this system. They have it here, and when they receive complaints or somebody snitching somehow, they need to investigate something, especially when there is money involved or something with big volume getting a lot of attention. The security exchange means, or their focus, and I didn't know this stuff, I got to learn, you know, after our interaction, which their job is to focus on investments. People put money and they expect a certain return, and you know, like the stock exchange and things like that. That's their specialty. They need to focus on that. Ironically, in our case, they've gone way beyond that. You know, so that's why they investigate the cryptos or things, you know, of just money, thing like that. And another ironic thing, the other day, Robin asked a question about the name, what does it mean? And they want to persist that it means passive income. Never been mentioned like ever that is a passive income promise. So they focus on that. One of their cases is Onpassive. They investigated us. They requested all the kind of information you want. We've offered access to our platform. We've given them everything you could imagine. Like they could run Onpassive from the data they have, okay? And we've cooperated, and you know, we've had attorneys been in a dialogue with them, and they are in agreement to finish, you know, some documents and all of that. But you know, they disappointed me today or yesterday. They decided to do something without a prior notice, which is odd, unusual. And our head attorney has been in the law enforcement of the SEC for 35 years. This never been done before. That they just basically, I don't want to say cheated or tricked, but maybe you have a better word for that, okay? They just didn't ethically or professionally coordinate when we have a dialogue. So in a nutshell, say there are professional people who are experts. Ash is not an expert. They deal with that. My obligation is to abide by the law. My obligation is to do only ethical things and be truthful and you know, good to our audience and to the public. Never do any harm. My obligation is to provide all the information that we do or we have. So in a nutshell, this is not something unique to us. Most big companies go through that. There's always, you know, some misinformation. There's always some hate in the market, competition. There are a million reasons for you to go through that. So it's not an unusual thing. It's rather unusual not to go through it if you're that big. If you're important, you're gonna have to go through this. To me, I don't see why they have gone that step. It's been a private. I previously said, should I share this with my customers and my users? And they said, no, it's a private investigation. But I don't think it's private anymore. So they decided to do that. We're not done. It's still going on. That's their opinion. It doesn't mean it's a fact. Now this goes to court, and there's a jury, and evidences and all of that. They have a big risk of doing that, because that will affect their career by losing the case. So we have done nothing wrong. We have no shame, but pride in our process. I don't know, maybe you just want to focus on this is a complicated legal process that the company will deal with it. Let's focus on the positivity that the company provides, and the good values. You're not obligated to give everybody all the details I provided you, but I gave you all of that. You get to choose what you want. In my opinion, I would say this is normal, and they have a very, very sharp legal team, and they are passionate to defend us. And this is not the end. This will go on, and we have a talk in court. We will be seeing them in court.
That is, thank you for your answer, Mr. Ash. That is well taken. That is well noted. And as you said, it's either you're gonna do it or die. Yes.
Yeah, of course. That is always there. I said it in the beginning too. My request to you, or suggestion to you, do you have a limited time on Earth? You said we're believers, okay, and we have 24 hours a day, or whatever time we have left on Earth. Okay, we have a choice to spend it on this, something rather a distraction or negative, or somebody evil who's trying to undermine something pure and good for humanity, or we have a choice to focus on what the best we can produce, and something rather productive. I advise, or I suggest, you have to be good at, if you want to grow, you have to let go of the negativity and the distraction and the hate and all of that. I am not going to focus on that. I'm going to only focus on producing good products and technologies and lifting up humanity. That's my focus. Legal team will deal with that, okay? I would cooperate. I give anything. I see Sally Spade here. Go ahead. Come on the screen.
Come on, Sally. Sally, you know what I told you, so come on.
Hello, Mr. Mufareh. It is actually Queen of Karma here. You might know me from my YouTube channel and from being friends with a woman that goes by the Recovering Hunbot, who has been covering this scam with me for the last 2 years extensively. And we might have also, reported you to the IRS and the SEC. I am just wondering why you are refusing to give so many of the Ofounders back refunds when they have been asking you for them for months. I constantly have people coming to me telling me that you have refused to do this, and I would like you to tell us why.
First of all, thank you for coming here. I think you are behaving in a brave and reasonable way today. Welcome here. Come all the time and talk to us face to face, okay? We're real and we are here. Now, let me tell you something. The refund policy is 30 days, okay? We have no obligation after the 30 days. And we chose to give a refund to anybody who asks for a refund at any time they choose to walk away. For one reason, not because we have to, because Ash has this logic, which is, if you don't like me, I don't like you either. If you don't want to be with us, we don't want you to be with us too, okay? So for that logic, why am I going to have somebody who is not, excited about this? This is not about $97 or being, a profitable transaction for us. It's about us having advocates and supporters and real beta testers and people like these intelligent people to give us input and spread the good about Onpassive. Okay, it's never about the $97, because one session here, it's worth more than $97 value to Ash. So we decided not to ask a question, okay, if anybody asked for money back, owe it. Now, I don't believe somebody has requested and we did not acknowledge
Marina is waiting actually right
Marina,
now. Marina has asked you several. Yes.
Let me tell you, Marina, we can show you the
That's just one
correspondence
example.
with her. No, I'm just telling you, Marina, we refunded the accounts that we know for her. At the same time, she blackmailed people, including Chris Johnson right here. If you don't do this within 3 days, if you don't respond, and a few others, okay? Now, we gave her the accounts we know that they belong to her, but she has no evidence we did not refund her. We refunded her. Now, we asked her, or our legal team, I'm not involved. Do you think I have the time to see this? But our legal team asked her to tell us any other account that you manage. If she asks something, the person has to go to the back office, they have access, and request a cancellation or a refund. It can happen. She can do it now. If she's real, log in and ask for a refund. We will do it right now. Watch this. If Marina paid for Joe and she's asking for money for Joe, we cannot do that because Joe is the owner. Joe has to request that. But how come we have well over 1 million people who paid?
800,000 actually, according to the SEC.
Well,
You just have 1.12 million accounts.
Okay. I
Listen.
have the answer for this, Ash. For one account of Marina, I paid, and the day she was terminated, I got that refund into my account, and I am the evidence for that. I'm the evidence for that. If anybody wants to see, I can see you my account here, and I got that $97 back here.
Yes,
Simple.
please do send that to me. Actually, my email is on my channel.
Okay.
Sure,
Also, so the 800. Even though I'm asked not to provide details because that's also going to show our strength.
The court documents are public. The SEC's lawsuit with you for 108 million, it's public.
But it's not accurate.
Does not.
Grossmender by himself has more than close to that number. Grossmender by himself.
Yeah, he has over 2,000 accounts. I'm well aware of Grossmender. We're both Canadian.
No.
Very well.
He has way more than that. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's fraud, sir.
Listen.
That's why the SEC's.
Sally, listen to what he's saying, Sally, please.
But you don't have to be cynical. I am giving you, listen, if you are going to be respectful and ask proper questions, you're not an SEC, you're not a lawyer, okay? And you shouldn't be coming to defend Marina. Who is Marina Favitt before Onpassive? Onpassive made her. Do you know her?
Well, she was someone that wasn't getting scammed along with everyone else that has
but
waited
she's no
years.
one.
You started this on June
of
2018.
I tell you what.
She was actually a real estate agent before you guys stole her from that and then brought her into this company. She's just one, though.
Listen, if you're going to say one more disrespectful word.
People that have come to me and told me that you're
I muted her because Sally, if you're going to be disrespectful and tell me you stole and all that, I didn't respect you. I told you, thank you. You're being brave. That's a courageous step for you. If you want to have a professional conversation, welcome. I didn't steal anybody. Nobody dragged her from South Africa to be with. I'm just telling you, Marina, nobody knows her, but in Onpassive, okay? She would be, God bless her, and I'm not against her. The only way she got this comfortable because she starts scamming people and other things that went down. Onpassive is not going down. That's the only business.
By the way,
that's the only business. That's the only business she's been into and still standing tall and still going. Okay, so the reason
SEC
is
has
because
found you to be a pyramid scheme, though. They
consider that to be fact. They did not find. You're not a lawyer, and you're not the SEC. They did not find me. That's an allegation, and I said publicly I disagree with that. Court will decide that. I'm not a pyramid scheme. I'm going to change your life, including you, and you're going to be using my products. You will use Ash Mufareh's products and inventions.
I will never use your products.
You'll see.
I will never join on.
You'll see. You'll see.
Sally, why aren't you showing your face?
Onpassive doesn't need somebody with your caliber or your character. But I'm just saying, we have inventions. They are life-changing, and it's going to be difficult for you to avoid them. But I feel sorry for you and for the way you think, because you could be more productive and you could go along with us and win.
Oh, I'm very productive. I've shut down quite a few of the bad websites out here, such as what's going to happen to yours very soon via the SEC. but you have been
I have
found
bad
to
news
be
for
a
you.
pyramid scheme
I have bad
by
news for
the
you.
SEC.
You're
They
gonna
have
lose.
said you're a pyramid scheme.
That's only an allegation, okay? And
Can
it's
she
not
can she
proven.
define pyramid scheme, by the way? Sally, can you define pyramid scheme? I'm sure.
Well, a pyramid scheme is like what you guys are doing, where people have to constantly come in and pay money in order to join on to something. You guys haven't made any money in here.
Okay,
You've all been dedicating
can we just
5
move,
years of
just
your
move
life,
on? Can we just
and
move
you have
on?
not made one
Can we
cent. There's
move
no
on?
commission plan. You don't
You're giving
Sally,
her a
listen
platform.
one
There
thing.
is
no commission
Sally,
plan, no business
listen.
plan.
Sally, please listen one thing. Why are you worried about our money? We are here, simple. We love Onpassive, and we are standing with Mr. Ash. What's there for you to come here and
You should.
It's a mistake for you, Chris, to give her a platform. Okay, I thought she's going to be professional and disrespectful.
Me too.
Now
My bad, Ash.
we're going to make her a star like Marina. Okay, but she is a lost soul, and she's
But
she's coming from a dark.
Ash, the fact that she's stating that the SEC has found you to be this. They have found you, right?
And she
That
just
is
confessed.
that is an incorrect statement. So the fact that she believes that, it just shows the level of intelligence that she has. So we should not be entertaining this. Let's move forward.
Let's move on. I was going to educate her about.
She just said and confessed she's one of the many that have, like Marina and others, who has complained about us. So I told you they're haters, okay? But I wonder what's her solution? What's her productive plan for the millions we have? It's a big mistake to give a loser platform. So I told you
My
not
bad,
to.
Ash.
Yeah.
I thought maybe she'd be more personal. I told the person that said she's going to come on, I said, be respectful. We're going to remove her.
But do you see the amount of hate?
Oh, yeah,
okay.
there's nothing good about that.
Yeah.
Well, that's good because.
But Marina could have been with us now and talking about her future, positive future, but she chose the losers like this Spade lady, and now look where she is. Do you think they're going to win? We all know. We all know.
I have to say something. This person has not even done her study. She has no clue what she's talking about. Pyramid, obviously you don't know zero about Onpassive. At least do your study before you come and trash somebody.
You're right. That's how I wanted to educate her about pyramid. I wish they let her speak so I can educate her.
Who was next?
Show her picture, right?
For the questions.
We're gonna
Chris,
move
back
on.
to business. Back
My
to
beautiful
business.
sister, Jean, show us what a lady really sounds like. Go ahead.
Yes.
Oh, thank you, Chris. Thank you, Ash. I have absolute unshakable faith in this, and I don't do that without a basis. I feel the presence of something massive in this, and I felt it the first time I ever heard your voice. I have no doubt this is going to change the world. And if we didn't have monsters rearing up their ugly heads against us, then we really couldn't call ourselves disruptive, because we're not just making disruptive digital products and solutions. We're disrupting everything. We're disrupting the way things are done, and they are going to rear up and they are going to fight us, and we're going to win because we're made of love, and love will win, period. So that's my feeling on that. And I have some other thoughts, Chris, I'll talk to you about later. But the questions. Oh, sorry, I got my fire up. Just a couple quick questions, because most of them have already been answered, Ash. People asked phenomenal questions. And Julie, I loved your AI question about finding the speaker in the recording, because if OConnect is picking up who is speaking, it's highlighting the speaker, then it knows who's speaking in that moment. And so it should, at some point, the AI should be able to learn to pick up, oh, this is when Julie spoke and this is when John spoke. You know what I mean? So I love that idea. It was really unique. I just had some quick ones. My first original question was with the speech to text. and the recap function, is the first release going to have sort of a basic recap function of just the full recording, or will it in the first release be able to do the bringing it down to 20 minutes to 5 minutes to what, you know what I mean? Is that going to be available right away, or will we have to wait a bit?
Thank you, Jean. I appreciate you. And I know you have more beautiful thoughts. I agree. That is a good thing. I just got the idea from Julie. I just got the idea how to instruct it to the team to identify by the facial recognition, which is something we have in OVerify. You go figure, okay? And if we match, compile all the content from that, it's a crazy add-on feature. I don't know how useful or needed it is, okay? But let's say it identifies Jean and anything Jean, you know, with that facial, you know, image, it compiles that in one place. It is possible. I already got the thought how to do it, but is it really going to be productive or needed? Let's see how soon they do that. As far as but we're going to put it there and see, you know, how much needed, okay? But on the other side, the recording, the first round now, we're going to have the full file. And there is a video recap and text recap in the pipeline. And there's going to give us like 3 sizes, like small, big, medium, okay?
Okay.
Of each one. So depending on the content. But to specify the minute, I don't think that's already, you know, plan. That's probably another level. If it's not satisfactory to us, like to have 3 sizes of the recap, we will probably add, like, we define the time and the size of the recap, whether it's text or video.
Okay, great. And another question, which is really important to me because I love the prompter function. Right now, it sort of is static on the page. Like, is there going to be a way to click and drag it out of the way? Like right now, it kind of comes up, and at least in my experience, it comes up in a certain spot. And I know sometimes I kind of want to get past it or see, you know, because it does have sort of a a grayness. The prompter box.
Oh, the prompter, yeah.
Can we
okay,
click and drag it?
I'll make it draggable. Okay.
And then my last thing was just for Peter had said presentation view for the I thought maybe just content view or content only, you know, something just really basic as a name for having the presentation only up on the screen.
We already have that. Yeah.
Awesome. And that's it. We're with you, Ash. Love you.
Ash, can I come in between? Ash?
Yes.
Yes.
So yeah, please, Gurspinder, I don't want you to spend time on nonsense. Okay,
yeah,
we know who's Marina, and we know the refund policy on Onpassive, and we know why she was terminated. And if we spend time on that with thousands of people, how good would it do for us? Okay, we know Ash Mufareh, and we know the Spade Lady, or we know the you know, Marina lady, and she could have been winning. The reason she got in violation, okay, is because she was spamming the people. So we embraced her in Onpassive in our community and the founders, and she violated that. And as a part of violation, we should even, I mean, I get in a debate with the team, especially the legal team, when they say, when somebody in violation, we're terminating them. You still want to give them refund? I said, don't refund until you give, don't terminate until you give refund. And everybody knows that. So that is not going to change. I hope we don't spend time on it. Okay.
I just want to show that transaction. Just want to show that transaction that on May 19, 2023, I got that refund because I paid for her ID.
Because it goes back to the source of payment. We click refund, and the payment gateway put it back on the same card.
Absolutely.
And we lose the transaction because we pay
so the first lie which they are telling. So this is the proof of that that they are telling.
But that's why the lawyers are wise to tell me not to give this information away. We'll do it in court, and we're gonna win. Okay. And I think it's a mistake to give evil a stage. We're going to magnify that and we're going to give them a spotlight. It's a big mistake. We should give people who are with a good intention, they want to help, and they have a pure. If you are really genuine and curious and you really want answers, like we're so real and we are going to give you that. But to come out of nowhere and accuse, and you're being a defense lawyer for somebody you're not related to, and your sole goal is just to get popularity and piggyback on famous strong companies. Yeah, I'm sure there are some bad companies, but Onpassive is not one of them. It's actually the best company. And I guarantee, I'm going to say this, okay, there will be products in Onpassive that can change her life, and she would want them, and she will apologize for misbehaving right now. Because there are some people are on the blacklist of Onpassive. I'm not talking about digital products, by the way. So they have no clue. Let's focus on what's productive. Thank you, Gersmender, for speaking up. Even that's a volunteer information. We should have it, you know, in the background. But I love the questions today, Gene. That's another one. I actually wanted to drag it and reposition it, and I just didn't give it attention. But you are definitely more alert than me. And you know, we'll see if we are going to need to have a specific size, like, you know, whether it's a text like give me a page or give me 500 characters or something. That is probably too complex and advanced. I don't know if we're going to need that, but if something, you know, that is an hour, so let's say that's 100%, 60 minutes. Give me small, that's 10 minutes or 6 minutes. Medium is 30 minutes or in between. I think that's probably going to cover it, which is already an extra value. All right, who is ready for another clever question?
Jerry Derswing, unmute yourself, my sister.
Woohoo! I say, let's move on. I say, I'm here to show and support, to change our world, what you made it about, Ash. And I am on board to be one of your Mother Teresa's, along with so many more. So that's that. And then I do have two questions. The first one is, I know this one sounds kind of crazy, but I kind of think of the kids or just interactive with it. It's one I haven't shared with anybody yet, but because I just thought of it. So, you know, on the whiteboard, if there's a way to make a little section there to put like sounds, I think it would be kind of cool for the kids or even adults. Let's say I'm drawing like a spaceship and I can make like a little spaceship sound on it. Or would that just go back to using that little prompter in the other section that you talked about that we use the little sounds? Do you know what I'm saying? Of course, you probably, I'm not sure if you would be able to get the sound when somebody, well, yes, you probably could.
If I can interject, I think she's talking about like a sound animation along with your picture drawing on the whiteboard. Is that correct, Sherry?
Yes, that is correct.
Oh, yeah. We don't have it. If your question is if we have it, but is it possible to add like tunes, you mean, in?
Yeah, like if you draw
sound.
a spaceship, kind of think it would be kind of cool to have for the kids and even adults that are sitting in a meeting, like type of thing. That's one thing. And I have another one when you're ready.
Sure.
So I am fired up. This is going to be amazing. It's already amazing. The things that you guys have created, all the team. Wow, I'm just blown away. The sound thing.
You know, Sherry, also for the we have something like that in the which is then I find it is already created, that technology, but we just have to integrate it with the whiteboard. Okay, which is on the timer. So we have that timer alarm when the countdown reaches, I think like 10 seconds, for example. So it tells both the host and the timed person. It tells them that, okay, running out of time, or there's that sound alarm. So the same technology, we can integrate it with the, but obviously different sounds with the whiteboard.
Wow, that'd be so cool. I was thinking of the kids at one point too, kind of more interactive type of thing, or even adults actually. And then my second question is, this probably, you may have said something about this before, or I just think, how we cannot, some people don't know how to pronounce other people's names when they're in the meeting or coming on to me. Right. If there's some way to like, let the AI pronounce their name correctly. Like my name's very hard to pronounce. Not that I care if anybody pronounces it correctly. My last name. If there's something in there,
that's gonna be difficult for technology. That's like probably better changing your name than or easier than teaching the machine how to say it. I don't know, Sherry. Let's think of an easier way than our names are more human, so let's keep them that way. But I can tell you something about the names. You can click on the screen like your name right now, like you see it where it is right now, and you can backspace and type it on the screen. Okay, same thing. Host and co-host can do that.
Wow, that's so cool.
So it would be like dynamic. You don't have to go to the settings or anything.
Oh, so I'm excited about hearing about all the other amazing things that you mentioned already, like Oh Joy and some of these other ones, but I know we'll get there, so I'll let somebody else have a turn. But I know you, Ash, you don't like to think negative, so I'm kind of with you on that page too. I just kind of keep moving forward. So we are on a mission here, and we will not stop. This mission is driven by a higher power. And you, the person, anybody out there, I have to say this, and I know everybody knows I'm going to say it. If you got to know you're important. I don't care what anybody's called you. You are important, and you do matter in this world. I love you, and so does the world. And you are a miracle in this world. Thank you so much, Ash. You are definitely a miracle, and your wife and your family. Love you guys. Love, peace.
Sherry, thank you. We love you too.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sherry. Oh boy, here he comes. My second favorite in India, Neeraj. Come on, Neeraj, unmute yourself. 14 questions coming at you, Ash.
No, it's only 3 this time. So, Ash, my first question was about the feature that you talked about was the noise cancellation. Now, noise cancellation, is it just a check mark that you must do and it will cancel, or is there a customized like, okay, you want to do noise cancellation up to this level, then this level, then this level? So is it a custom?
That's a good one. So far we have one setting of noise cancellation. Okay, it's already integrated with OConnect only, and that will just anything above, like it recognizes you're speaking. I think what the machine does, it reads your first few seconds of your voice, and anything out that radiance, okay, it blocks it automatically. So so far we just have one setting, but I'm wondering, why would I need like half noise? I'm trying to think with you, Neeraj. Like, why I don't need it quiet to block to noise cancel completely? Why am I gonna need? Well, I don't want to completely block your noise. I want some of you. Like, give me a little bit of noise. Come on. I think it doesn't make sense. What do you think?
The background noise. It's the background noise that you're blocking.
Yeah, it's only background. Your voice is going to be there. So I told you, like, we have one setting, but I was trying to think if I need to give that note, but I think they will laugh at me. What do you think? I'm just thinking loud with you. Like, why am I going to tell them, give me a setting that will give a little noise, not too much? What Neeraj is asking or proposing somehow, that we should have different levels of noise cancellation, like 100% noise cancellation. So cancel any noise in the background, beyond your voice and have another setting like a medium one, for example, a little bit of noise, and have one like more noise. So do you get it?
Ash, might
I get it. I get it. If I work,
well,
Oh,
I just want to interrupt and say,
like noise or no noise. Yeah. So
but what about in PNG when, like, say, David Bacall would have everybody gathered around him and we could hear them? So that would be a case.
So
not that I
you
want to
don't
put that
cancel
on
the
your team,
noise.
but
yeah. No,
but then
that's
they would be there.
yeah.
But that's
Well, keep it normal or cancel. If you cancel, it's only the speaker's voice. Okay. And if you keep it natural and you have a live event, that's a good point, Gene. I want the reaction of an event in Germany, in UK. But Neeraj, I think you agree with me. I don't think we want to make like different levels, right?
yeah,
Just
okay.
either block it or no block it. Yeah.
It was just a question whether the user has maybe control over it, or it's because then you can customize it. So
yeah, but also, Gene, you have and Neeraj, you have you know, the background music track or whatever theme, the sound. Okay, you can customize the volume. You can have a little more. Okay, so let's say you don't want to block the background, but you just want to inject a little bit of whether music or some track music, okay, as presentation or something, and you can control the volume of that, and whatever you do as a host, okay, it will affect, and it will be on everybody's device. It will lower the volume or increase the volume for your audience as well.
thank you very much. Second question was the rich resounds. Can we add our own or some kind of music in that? For example, there's a pop song called "Are You Ready?" and then you could actually add that and maybe.
Yes, that's what Susie suggested, Neeraj. Yeah,
in the start of
it is being integrated. So they worked on it, and it's either going to be the first or second release. Yeah.
Yeah, and the last question was about the speech to text. You said that speech to text. You said that it is much more accurate than other. Since you have listened, you have used other video conferencing softwares and you have used OConnect. So can you maybe pinpoint some differences? I know it is more accurate, that's what you said, but if you could give examples of that, if any.
Yeah. So for example, you know, Apple has, you can have voice recognition, or most smartphones, right? You could talk, open the speaker, and as you talk, it will do that. In my experience, some of them are either there's a lag and we get in trouble a lot. So I'm driving and I like, you know, somebody important, I need to reply to them, but I cannot talk. So I will leave a text, and I cannot text. So leave a quick message, especially if there's a headset or Bluetooth in the car, whatever, okay? It's mostly inaccurate. So it's helping a little, but I cannot rely on it because I have to check, and often it has mistakes in the typing. So I'm, you know, no matter what device you're talking from, it does not really type what you say. There's a speed problem, and then sometimes it's behind. You said so much, and sometimes it hears something away, okay? And it adds like a child talking and this and that, or a TV, okay? And it became like a chaotic text, okay? So this is my experience with the most technologies I've had so far. And the most recognizable one, you're gonna see it when you talk, is going to become, it will be condensed together, the whole text. You don't know when there's a stop or something. With our technology, for the first time, I feel it is super accurate. Like I haven't seen a mistake so far with any breath you say. It's exactly what you're saying on the dot. So it's not ahead of you, it's not behind. You don't have to repeat. So it's really easy. How many times you've heard somebody fighting with Siri? Say, okay, she's saying something dumb and like, you know, so it's a weak voice recognition. It's not taking the right command. And when we experience Onpassive in OConnect so far, it is as accurate as you talk, and not ahead of you, not before, and nothing comes condensed. It comes with punctuations, like it has a question mark. If you sound like Neeraj, how are you? It puts a question mark, and then a dot and a comma and all that. It breaks the sentences, and then you stop. Hi Neeraj, how are you doing? Send. Did you see my brief pause? It will send. I didn't type send. I didn't click that. So it's amazing. And then it stops the microphone until you want to enable it again. So it is accurate, it's fast, it's with punctuation. I can count on it. We're going to have less incidents with it.
Thank you very much, Ash. That were all the questions I had.
Perfect for now. But think about the noise cancellation. If it makes sense to you, maybe you can explain it to me and I'll talk to the team. But I feel I will be looking dumb if I tell them, give me levels of noise cancellation.
Okay.
Thank you, Neeraj, for now. I liked how he answered that. Charles Osan, come on back, man.
All right, thank you. Couple questions this time, but I think they're going to be short. The first one is to kind of piggyback on what Gosminda asked earlier. I know that we have the first 3 months, we have a bundle. And Ash, I think you mentioned that we could either pay all at once.
Everybody's getting the refund, yeah.
All at once or monthly, right? I know we're going to pay a lower amount, founders, because of the refund. So are we going to have the option to make that one-time payment or split it in 3 months? Or, I mean, is that optional?
After the 3 months in OConnect, yes, you're going to have that option.
Also, the
first one is only quarterly, which is 90 days, 3 months. The first time, only the first time.
Right, but my question is,
which is an exception. It's just like the launch, you know, package. After that, we go back to normal in OConnect, monthly, quarterly, and annually.
So I get that. So my question is, do we pay all at once for the first 3 months? Or?
Okay. Yeah, if you choose that, that will save you money, right? That obviously, what's the reason you want to do that? 2 reasons. You want to ensure that your subscription is always active. It doesn't affect your business. You're gonna have to do that like monthly and all of that, whatever the funds you manage. That's first. Secondly, is when you pay quarterly, obviously you get a little discount, okay? But when you do it annually, it can be a very good, you know, exciting discount.
Okay, thanks. And the second question is, I know we have backward compatibility. I mean, OConnect with the device. So let's say we have up to 8K speed with our own devices, but a lot of devices out there, like what I have, is 4K speed, and some may have less than 4K, and the device or OConnect is gonna ping the device like in nanoseconds to find out the speed, and then it's backward compatible. Is that correct? Now, for the resolution of the resources, I want to say network resources, bandwidth. Is it also going to do that for the bandwidth?
Not from OConnect. That's an upcoming technologies when we're talking about internet connectivity and you know, OVirtual, like the VMP. So, for example, you can go through Onpassive data center or cloud connectivity to boost your connection, but not in OConnect.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Cool. Got it. Thanks.
Of course.
Oh.
You done?
And
Yes, sir. I'm done.
Go ahead, Ash. I'm sorry.
no, that's it. Okay. I was going to open another product, but let them ask first.
All right. Miss Ava Diaz, another beautiful sister. Come on.
Ava, how are you?
Unmute, Ava. There you go.
Good evening, Ash. It's wonderful to see you and be with you here. I don't know, I always get nervous when talking with you. I just wanted to know on OConnect that we are having, normally we put the pictures on the top. We have to come out of it and then again come back in, and then we put the pictures on the top. Will that be possible with OConnect, you know, to put it once and for all with us having to do it?
Are you saying the title?
No, the pictures, the titles are there.
No,
like,
the picture, you mean, okay, you're talking about the speaker's pictures. Only the speaker's pictures will show.
No, all the pictures, like host, co-host, and everybody, whoever
Yeah,
is there.
those are speakers. It only shows up to 25. The rest,
Right.
if you go to the details, but not necessarily the pictures, it's going to show names and flags.
Okay.
And if you don't know the flag, you hover on the flag.
Yeah.
It's going to tell you India or Bangladesh or something. So the pictures, because this is integrated right now, you have to put the picture, but the one that you're going to have is integrated with the ecosystem. So it will take the picture from your profile and have it there. So you don't have to put it, not even once. It's just like one time, especially if you're verified, it will be in your profile. And now that will show and populate in your OMail, in your ONet, anywhere you have a profile or picture, it will show it, including OConnect.
Okay. Thank you. I have one more
No problem.
question. You said the cards will be available for India. Will it also be available for Bangladesh?
Of course, we're working in all countries, but I'm saying